to Karma Challenge. This here's Joe as always, and today we're playing a new game. Well, it's not quite new, but it's new to us, called 60 Seconds. Now, I have seen this game played quite a bit by YouTubers in the past, but you know, it was on sale on Steam, so I was like, fuck it, let's give it a shot. It's kind of in the vein of games that we typically play anyway, being that it's like a post-apocalyptic survival game. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna do the classic, obviously, because I have not played this game yet and not 100% sure how to play. Atomic Drill, Apocalypse, Scavenge, and Survival. Got it. Survival. Experience a one-of-kind post-apocalyptic adventure. Survive in your fallout shelter with randomly selected supplies. Begin adventure. The little boy would be easy, Fat Man will be normal, and Tsar Bomb will be hard. Family members 2 to 4. Stocked shelters, some junk. Food supply 4 to 6. Water supply 4 to 6. Trouble often. Okay. Unwanted visitors some. Fragile equipment average. Health issues common. Alright, so what if we went to little boy? Pepper style stock. Alright, so that's like super easy. Alright, well let's do Fat Man. Let's do normal. I want you know, the average experience for our first time. Let's go ahead and start. Now I'm not 100% sure like what the controls are, so I'm just gonna try my best, kind of figure it out. I know that right when we start off that we're supposed to get supplies from up top. Is what I thought we were supposed to do. I didn't think we would start straight off in the bunker. Maybe because I picked survival. All of us made it into the shelter just a second before the blast. That was a close one. As long as we're all together, we can make it work down here. Remember, hearing canned soup is healthy for you. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans. We'll sleep on cans. We'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best stocked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another one, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. Time to ration supplies. Yeah, you guys aren't getting anything. We're a regular family, so we have the occasional argument or two, but it was never as intense as the fight we just got into. No one wants to speak to each other. Let's just hope this won't last for long. So, it's the very first day, and you guys already got into a huge argument. That bodes well. It's nice to see that we have both a gun, gas mask, and rat poison, and a lock, and a radio, and a briefcase, and playing cards. Like, they gave us a lot of stuff here to start off the game. I wanted to do the story mode first, but I'm okay with like having this all supplied for us. Plus, now we can try to find out like what we need and what we don't need. We could barely sleep after all that arguing. Let's hope this won't happen again. Mary Jane isn't worried, or at least she's not saying so out loud. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted is not complaining today, at least not very much. So I'm gonna assume that's just everybody's name there. I'm guessing this is Ted. And what did they say the names were? Mary Jane, I think, is the girl. So Dolores is the woman. And where is the boy? I don't know what the boy's name is. Looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Ted is happy to risk his life in the waste. We can send Dolores for an expedition. Wasteland is no match for Mary Jane. Timmy, that's what his name is, Timmy, seems quite enthusiastic about the trip. Should we start preparing for an expedition for tomorrow? Well, I mean, if Ted dies, like, everyone dies, I'm pretty sure, so... I mean... yeah. send Mary Jane. Hear that? No, because no one is talking, not a word in hours. None at all. We can't just stare at the walls. We need to try to do something about this. You do have the radio. You also have playing cards. I mean, everybody still looks fine for not having eaten in 2 days. Ah, how fortunate we took the radio with us. We can probably listen to some music. They still play music out there, don't they? Can we spare some water? Mary Jane has been asking about it all day. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. If there's one thing we need, it's water for Dolores. If Ted doesn't drink anything, we won't last long. Alright, so everybody wants water. I got it. Everybody's thirsty. Everybody can have some water. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest to gather more supplies. I want Mary Jane to go. What to take outside? Well, if we take the briefcase, that means we can take multiple items. Take the gas mask and a rifle. And that's it. Not 100% sure we should trust her with all that. But I mean, if she's gonna go out in the wilderness and it's irradiated, it's best to have at least some supplies with her. When outside, let's hope she hurries back soon. Equipment, you know, she's got the briefcase, the gun, and the gas mask. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy, he's doing just fine. Dolores is quite calm given the situation. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. So you guys haven't eaten in 3 days, and you've only gotten water once, but you're fine. Alright. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse, using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other. Well, is that a Mighty Python reference? While his companion was pretending to ride said horse, they claimed to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Only they lost their way to the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. Well, I don't have a map. But yeah, that's definitely a Mighty Python Search for the Holy Grail reference. Hey, we got an achievement called Prepper, because we survived for 5 days. I don't know how we wouldn't have survived for 5 days with the whole giving us all this, you know, stocked materials thing. Although we tried to decline politely, the guests were clearly offended. They galloped away, waving their wooden swords and screaming. Something about cutting down shrubberies. Absolutely crazy. Timmy seems okay, as much as he can be in our current situation. Everything seems okay with Dolores, and Ted is fine. So you guys still don't need to eat, and you still don't need any more water. Claustrophobia is difficult to fight against, especially in a little cluttered bunker. Maybe if we could open the door just for a few minutes? Let some air in? No. I actually want you to start losing your minds a little bit, to be honest. Hey, look! Timmy drew a little figure. Keeping the door closed was the right thing to do, but tensions are rising in our tiny little shelter. Timmy prefers apple juice, but right now we should get him some water. Dolores has to drink sometimes. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Alright, everybody can have water. Hopefully Mary Jane brings us back some water. Something's missing. Let's see. Fan? Check. Strange noises in our pipes? Check. Hellish yells outside? Check. Oh, Dolores hasn't spoken for a while now. That's it. And it's really strange. Talking to her would be a good idea. Yeah, probably. Should probably talk to her. Well, we've survived a week. Talking to Dolores helped resolve some of her issues and doubts. She feels better now. Timmy seems okay. Dolores would love something to eat. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Alright, so Timmy doesn't need to eat, apparently. We didn't think we would get a chance to increase our food supply by simply playing a card game, but that's what we were offered by a man who knocked on our door today. 2 cans of food. We win, we get his 2 cans. We lose, we give him our 2 cans. Are we gonna do it? I mean, we're not really starving for food. Water is what we really need, but we got playing cards. Fuck it, why not? Hey, we won. Aha! Lady Luck has smiled on us. We won a vicious game of war. The man wasn't too happy about it, but he delivered on his promise. +2 soup. Timmy is very hungry. Today's been fine for Dolores thus far. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Okay, Timmy, you can have some food. Mary Jane, you gonna come back anytime soon and hopefully bring water? There is nothing more annoying than silence, and that's all we're getting from our radio. No music, no talking, nothing. Is there anything we can do with the radio to make it work again? We sure know staring at it won't help. Well, I'm pretty sure if I say yes, you're gonna break the radio. And if I say no, it might already be broken, but I'm gonna say no, because I don't want you to break the fucking radio. Hey, I think this Mary Jane came back. Hey, you're going insane! Achievement unlocked, all thumbs. I don't know what that is for, but alright. We're sure... Oh, she lost something, didn't she? She broke the fucking gas mask. We're sure they are experiencing technical issues. Yes, that's it. Everything will be just fine. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. She brought her gun back. We were about to give up and come back empty-handed to the shelter when we ran into a church. It looked peaceful enough, save for an unexploded atomic bomb stuck in the church tower. A sizable group of people were busy praying to the bomb, chanting something about the Holy Fission that sounded really crazy. But those people seemed friendly enough. Cultists decided they won't be needing any holy water. We did a bit of miracle work and turned empty wine bottles into quite full water bottles. So she brought us back some water, but she somehow broke the fucking gas mask, and she lost the suitcase. Mary Jane is starving. Better give her some food today, or else Mary Jane is really tired. We can't leave Timmy without water for too long. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Where's the water when Ted needs it? Ted has gone crazy. Okay. Water for you. You and you. And soup for you. The contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. No, we're not going to go out. Peculiar. It seems that the whole shelter has been shaking every couple of minutes, and it feels like it's getting stronger every time this happens. Here it comes again, and it's way worse. It's an earthquake! Hold on to something. Oh, fuck me. Hold on to the radio. I will survive. 10 days. Achievement unlocked. And the flashlight broke. Of course it did. I mean, I'd rather save the radio than the flashlight, but that does suck. Everything okay? Let's hope so. We need to make a proper inspection. That was one nasty earthquake. We never used to get such bad ones before. It's all because of the atoms. Definitely the atoms. No one should mess with the atoms. No one. Lost, flashlight. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy seems okay. Okay, Dolores is fine. As much as anyone can be fine, well, in this tiny shelter. Well, yeah. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to shit and a crappy place. Alright, well, we'll give Mary Jane some more food. She's kind of earned it. Looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Mary Jane will surely die if she goes outside. Well, Mary Jane is the only one that I would want to go out. because I would want her to get sick because there's a chance that she might mutate, at least from what I've seen. Although I think maybe she has to be bitten by a cockroach, I'm not really sure. We stumbled upon the remains of a bandit shantytown. Someone or something tore it down. Incidentally, amidst the rubble we found a cat, licking its paws nonchalantly, surrounded by blood and dismembered limbs. As we made our way back to the shelter, the cat followed. We can now hear its paws impatiently scratching our hatch. Should we let it inside? You know what? Yeah. Let that fucking cat in. Let the demon cat in. Let's see what fucking happens. Out of the bag. Achievement unlocked. Eh, look, we got a demon cat now. When we opened the hatch, the cat jumped in and marched around the whole shelter, sniffing all of us, every wall, corner, empty soup can, and piece of furniture. Finally, it picked a quiet place, sat down, and let out a deep sigh before taking a 12-hour nap. Its collar has Shockruff etched into it. What kind of name is that? Mary Jane is quite hungry. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. Dude, she's eaten twice already. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing fine. Nothing to report with Dolores, and Ted is no longer crazy. We didn't expect to get a phone call so soon after the atomic bomb drop. Yet, here we are. We can clearly hear a phone ringing outside. Must be the public phone booth on the other side of the street. Should we send someone to go answer it? Yeah, send Timmy. Well, he came back, so I'm guessing nothing bad happened. Cat found a new place. When we answered the phone, we could clearly hear a gasp of relief from the caller. They introduced themselves as survivors from a nearby town of Hill Valley. We had started exchanging information when the call was cut short. Something must have gone wrong on their side. We hope that they will get back to us. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Seriously? Nothing new to report on Timmy. Water is all Dolores wants. Ted needs water to survive. Okay, water for Ted, water for Dolores. I don't really want to give you any more food, Mary Jane, to be quite honest. We got the soup to spare. Don't think Mary Jane should go outside. Contamination of our town is still strong. Scavenging in these conditions could result in radiation sickness. Yeah, I don't want to send anybody out. If there's anyone who can rescue us from this hellish situation, it's our government. You can badmouth them all you want, but that probably means you're either a naysayer or a commie. We're good citizens. We've been paying our taxes regularly, so we're sure Uncle Sam is coming to get us. Well, except that one time when we... well, never mind. The government people are coming, and we should keep our ears and eyes open for any sign of them. Yep, use the radio. That's why I wanted to save it. Hey, we make contact? We made contact. The military is out there, and they're coming for us. All we need to do now is wait patiently. The soldier with the boring voice was very specific about this. Help is on the way. We just need to wait for further instructions and keep our radio and worker in order. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling this situation. She looks fine today. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Ted seems to be doing alright, even though the world has gone to shit. Crappy place. Alright, Dolores, you can eat. Mary Jane will surely die if she goes outside. Why? Why would she die from going outside? You just told me that she's fine. I wanted to send her out, to be quite honest, because we need a map for the military, I think. Plus, we still need water. I don't want to send Timmy, because Timmy will get sick for sure if I send him out there. Or he'll get fucking kidnapped or something. Something will happen. I don't trust Timmy out there, to be honest. So, yeah, I guess we're not sending anybody. Not the best time or place to make plans for the future, but we can't help thinking about what can we make of this terrible situation. Is our house still standing? Or will we have to move to some forsaken hole like Toronto? That's some strong words there, buddy. Planning far ahead is usually a good strategy, but for now we should be more interested in our plan for water rationing. Water is what Mary Jane needs most right now. Timmy is very hungry. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Everything seems okay with Dolores. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Alright, so Timmy and Ted need to eat, and I'm not giving anyone water. Contamination in our town is still strong. Yeah, I'm aware. We're gonna have to send somebody out as much as I don't want to. We tried to keep track of dates, but they just don't add up. Luckily, Timmy remembered it's his birthday today. We should get him a present, or a cake, or both. So it's settled. We're making a soup cake. But what about the gift? Well, I don't have anything to give you. You want a broken flashlight, or a busted gas mask? Time to grow up, Timmy. This isn't Kansas anymore, and Santa doesn't exist. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink, fast. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water, now. Dolores can't remain this thirsty for long. Where is water when Ted needs it? Alright, everybody get some water, I guess. It's about time we choose someone to scavenge the remains of our town in search of supplies who will be the wasteland awaits. Get on with it, Timmy. Mary Jane seems fine today. Hopefully it will stay that way. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Time to ration supplies. You guys aren't getting anything. Sharkroff sure can take care of itself, but we can't help but wonder how much of a self-made cat it is. It just so happens that we found an address on its collar. It's unlikely that its owner is still alive, and a trip to the wasteland is always risky. Should we go outside and check that address? No. Just fucking keep the cat. It's good for morale. This cat belongs to us now. It's our new dear friend and a valued addition to our bunker. We managed to use it as a pillow for a whole 10 seconds yesterday before it almost scratched our eyes out. Clearly it's very fond of us. It's staying, and that's final. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? Dolores is doing quite well, or she just can't find anything to complain about today. I like how these stories are just fucking riddled with sarcasm. I'm very much into this. Ted seems to be doing alright. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we've read that before. Nobody's getting anything today. There are only so many things you can do in a tiny bunker. So we thought, hey, why not play some games? They're not just for kids, you know. We played I Spy, and it was pretty fun for the first 3 minutes. After that, everyone got bored of the letter W. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Mary Jane is very thirsty and has to drink something. There has to be some water left. Dolores should drink it. Ted should drink something soon. Can I not? Okay. For some reason it wasn't letting me give them water at first. It's been a while. We don't know much about what's happening on the surface. If only we had a chance to tune into some emergency radio broadcast and learn a thing or two. Well, you do, because we have a radio. Hey, Timmy's back. Yeah, he looks like shit. We were able to get a weak signal and tap into the government's emergency announcement service. And guess what? Great news! The fallout outside is mostly gone. We should be much safer to travel on the surface now. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. None of the burnt-down buildings looked very inviting, but after some exploring, running away from mutated spider crabs, or whatever these things were, we ended up finding a bar. For some reason, it survived the blast and its neon sign was still working, except of course for the letter A. Nice. Who would have known that tomato soup used to be such a popular snack in a bar? We found a few cans of it and took them with us. You mean you found a can of tomato soup? And food is not what we need. Mary Jane is feeling safe. Who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter? Timmy is very hungry, very tired. Dolores has not eaten for a while. There isn't much going on with Ted. No trouble, nothing new. Alright, Dolores and Timmy, you can eat. Why? Why can you not go outside? Seriously, why the fuck can't you do it? I guess Dolores is going. That trash can of ours is getting disgusting. The good news is, we don't have much of an appetite when we see it, so we're saving some food. Yet for some reason, we would like to tidy this mess up. Those giant green cockroaches are a pretty good motivator. Actually, I don't want to kill them. I want Mary Jane to get infected. Survivalist, 20 days. We underestimated the value of a cat in this environment. We thought we had a cockroach infestation on our hands, but Shakarov took care of it while we were asleep. Was it reminded of its hunting days before the bombs dropped? Was it mesmerized by the roach's glow? Or does it just have an undeniable thirst for fresh cockroach blood? I choose to believe the last one. We've never known why, but we're grateful that we don't have to deal with insects ourselves any longer. Mary Jane has rested. Does that mean she can finally fucking go outside? Timmy should eat something. Today was relatively calm for Dolores. Ted's stomach's rumbling. Alright, so Timmy, Ted, eat. Yes, Mary Jane can go outside now. We're feeling pretty optimistic about today's expedition. The only thing left to do is choose the right person to go outside. Mary Jane, take the gun with you. Mary Jane went outside. Let's hope she hurries back soon. She took the gun. Timmy should eat something. He also wants some water. Doris wants water. And everybody wants water. I don't think I have enough water to give everyone. Oh, yes I do. But this will be the last time. What else did you need? Timmy wants food. We've been hearing some soft scratching noises in the shelter at night. We thought it was just the wind, but we were wrong. It's the cat. It's not really doing anything naughty. It seems like it just squeezes through some holes in the wall and makes its way outside. We're not sure where it goes during these secret trips, but every morning it's back in the shelter like nothing happened. Should we follow it next time it sneaks out? Yeah. Might bring you to some supplies. Hey, is the government contacting us again? Shakarov took us to an old junkyard that's inhabited only by a lone resident, a self-proclaimed scientist living in an old bus, converted into a lab to conduct his experiments. The doc seemed happy to have his pet back, although the cat showed no enthusiasm at the prospect. We exchanged some small talk, but truth be told, we were kind of in a hurry to get out of there. The scientist didn't seem completely sane. He mentioned something about escaping the wasteland in a spaceship. Timmy should eat something. If there's anything to report about Dolores, this is where it would have been written. Ted seems to be doing alright. Alright, so Timmy, have some food. We were able to catch the military broadcast again. This time they're asking us to get out with a flashlight and signal to their plane after it gets dark. If all goes well, this will be able to find us. Sounds like we'll be leaving soon. If only the flashlight didn't fucking break. We could have gotten the fuck out of here. Somebody knocking on our shelter? The signal has to wait. Besides, do they even know how much flashlight batteries cost? Especially in this economy. Especially after it's been wiped out. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Life is hard for all of us right now, but Dolores is in a good mood today. We hope that it'll stay this way. No new promises are troubling Ted. No new problems are troubling Ted this fine morning. We got a visit today from a person with a physical mutation. He managed to grow several extra fully operational hands. He shared the story of his group with us. People with other deformities who, despite the circumstances, remain friendly and struggle to gather supplies. Wherever they go, people just shoo them away in fear of getting sick. He promises that if we gift him some supplies, his group will help us get rid of bandits the next time they bother us. Yeah, you can have some soup. Hey, Mary Jane's back. Please tell me you brought water. Hey, Sharkoff's back too. Whether it was just pity or just fear of bandits, we're not sure, but in the end we agreed to his terms. We will be calmer knowing that someone else is looking out for us, especially somebody with so many arms. -1 food. When we woke up today, we discovered that Sharkoff somehow found his way back into our shelter. Does that mean he'll stay for good? We're not sure what exactly transpired between the little guy and its owner. We asked, but it wouldn't tell. Nothing made us happier than the sight of Mary Jane returning to the shelter from the surface. If we had to pick our favorite day of the week, it would be Saturday. Before the bombing, Saturday was a time of relaxing and joy. Like bribing Mary Jane with cookies so she stopped playing the tuba, gossiping about the neighbors, and of course, bowling. Looks like the bowling alley is still standing. Yabba dabba doo. I like the references that they have in this game too. The bar didn't have much to offer. Some rotten salads, a bunch of burnt peanuts, and for some reason a cowboy hat. We were happy to find a secret stash of soup cans under some rubble. Desperate times call for desperate measures, so we weren't surprised to see that someone placed water bottles instead of bowling pins at the end of the lane. We were sorry to ruin their setup, but we really need that water. Yes, we did. So much for our rifle. It got damaged during the expedition. Why? How in the fuck did the rifle get damaged when you went to a bowling alley? Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. Mary Jane's really tired. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Dolores will not last long without water. Ted is really thirsty. So Dolores and Ted are getting water. The rest of you can go fucking suck it. Actually, was anybody complaining about eating? Yeah, Mary Jane could use food. I don't need to be as liberal with the food as with water. We found an anonymous note next to our shelter door. Whoever wrote it requests that we send one representative to a meeting tonight in a set location. That person must come unarmed. This bit worries us, but the author assures us he or she is friendly and doesn't mean to hurt us. Are we going to send someone to check it out? Dolores, you haven't fucking done anything, so yeah, why don't you go do that? Well, she's back, so I guess it went okay. It's true! It's all true! There really are others just like us. We arrived at the Renaissance, whatever, unarmed and on time, and we were greeted by a friendly-looking group of survivors. By a friendly-looking group of survivors, they being led by twins, a brother and a sister, who seemed to be friendly enough. They asked us some question and promised to stay in touch. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Timmy's in terrible shape. We need to give him water now. Dolores is doing quite well. Ted seems to be doing alright. Alright, so you need food. And you need water. At least I think that's basically what you told me. Mary Jane is quite hungry. And Timmy needs water. Yep, I remember correctly. Not certain about the situation on the surface, a trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Yep, we'll send Dolores. Playing a game? Play a game, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They never mentioned picking one would be so much trouble. We played hide and seek. The longest round we were able to play lasted for around 10 seconds, and that was only because the lights went out for a moment. Mary Jane is quite hungry. Everyone has to drink sometimes, including Mary Jane. Is there any water left? Timmy is pretty fatigued. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Okay, food for you, water for you. I don't think she said that she was hungry too, right? Oh, no, she's hungry. Alright. Food for you too. Now, I would give you food because you said you were fatigued, but I think that you just need to take a nap. It's about time we choose someone to scavenge the remains of the town in search of supplies. Who will it be? The wasteland awaits. Dolores is going. I don't think there's anything you can take. Yeah. Mary Jane's diet could use a little food. She's eaten for the past 3 days. Mary Jane is pretty fatigued. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. Dolores is on her way to the surface. Let's hope she makes it back. All Ted wishes for is a few drops of water. Okay, water for Ted. Food for Mary Jane. Loud crash, a surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Truly a recipe for a good start to the day. As it turns out, Chalkruff found a new toy. A bit of innocuous wiring that it ripped out of the wall. Who knows what the cable's for, but our lights are still on, so can't be that important, right? Should we take the wire away from our fluffy friend and investigate it? Loud crash. Surprise shriek, and a bit of debris falling from our ceiling. Inconspicuous wiring. I don't think it would really help us to take the wiring from the cat, would it? I can't see why it would, so no, just leave it. It's got a fucking toy now. Don't really want to risk pissing off Shackroff by taking its toy away. We've already gotten scratched for a lot less. Let's just leave it be. That wire's probably useless. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine today. Timmy wants water. You better hope Dolores brings back water. It is very difficult to prepare for the unforeseen consequences when you don't see them coming. Well, they are unforeseen by definition, so that does make a lot of sense. We can't say we were prepared for what happened. We're almost at a month. Memories or not, we need to keep our heads clear and get a grip on reality ahead of us. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Timmy is very hungry. Timmy is rested. Cool. Ted is pretty fatigued. Alright, food for you. I think Mary Jane needed water. Yeah. Water for Mary Jane. Ooh, buddy, I hope Dolores comes back soon and with water. We're closed off in a tiny shelter and our supplies are very limited. If we want to survive, it's time for desperate measures. We know there's a group of elderly people hiding in the ruins of the local retirement home. They must have some supplies, and in our opinion, we need them more. The well-being of your family is the most important thing in the world, right? I mean, I don't really feel too good about breaking into an old folks' home and stealing their stuff. I mean, morally, I guess technically they've lived their lives. It wouldn't be the worst decision. But I feel like we just get soup anyway. I don't think we would even get water out of the thing, so... No, let's leave the fucking old people alone. Hey, we made it a month. And surprisingly, we didn't get a like achievement for that. But we did get a map, and we got the Boy Scout handbook. Didn't bring us back any fucking water, though. Robbing innocent people? Absolutely not. We are, not savages. We cannot stoop that low. It's important to keep our values even in these troubled times. Especially in these troubled times. Let's, set a shining example. Leave these poor people alone. We were glad to see Dolores come back safely from the wasteland. Our, expedition went directly to visit the primary school. Not for education, of course. Oh no, we were desperate for supplies, and the school was our best chance of getting them. Everyone adored the lunch lady. She was almost 80, and everything she touched tasted great and smelled of tomato. And now we know her secret: tomato soup cans. The PE teacher was a World War II veteran. He kept some of his war trophies and memorabilia in his office. At school, this includes grenades, a bazooka, and a fully functional gas mask. I didn't even notice that we got a gas mask. The local scout team had its own room in the school basement. We found it filled with boxes and boxes of scout handbooks. Maybe they were preparing for the apocalypse. Anyway, we just took one. The geography classroom was very poorly equipped. The only useful item we could find was a map of our town, still better than nothing. It's impressive how well Mary Jane is handling the situation. She looks fine. Like a good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. Dolores has not eaten for a little while. And if Ted doesn't drink anything, he won't last long. Well, I need Ted to survive, so... Ooh, buddy, I hope nobody asks for water tomorrow. Not certain about the situation on the surface. A trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Sending Timmy outside is a bit risky, but he's eager to help. Ted seems to be in really good shape for a trip. I guess we're gonna have to fucking send Ted, then. We could really use some more supplies. We counted all of them today, and the numbers did not make us happy. Time to do something about it. We know that a teacher from the local school managed to rescue a bunch of kids and led them into a nearby building where they're relatively safe, and we could really use whatever they have. We could really use it, right? Alright, first you motherfuckers wanted to steal from old people, and now you want to steal from children. I'm much more comfortable with stealing from the old folks than I would have been with children. However, if I don't get water, we're all gonna die. So, go get the water? The dark side, achievement unlocked. Oh, blood splattered handprint. Awesome. Still didn't get any water, so great, but we got bullets for our busted gun. We went, got what we needed, and came back. We're sure the group will do just fine, mostly probably. Yeah, absolutely. Well, all you stole was ammo, so yeah, they're going to be perfectly fine. Mary Jane is feeling safe, who wouldn't in this coffin-sized shelter. Timmy's been talking about nothing other than water. He should drink some. Dolores has not eaten for a while. Ted says there's no need to worry about him. He's okay. Well, Timmy, you get the last of the fucking water. And I think you said Dolores needed to eat. Dolores is not eating for a while. Yeah. Okay, well, that's all of our water. Who wants to go outside? Fucking Ted does. Because we're risking everything on him now. Take the gas mask. Not that I think you even need it anymore, because I think it's safe to go outside now. Getting something to drink for Mary Jane sounds like the right idea. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. Laura would really love something to eat. Water is all Dolores wants. Obviously it's not. Ted left us for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon. He took the gas mask. Food for you. Who else wanted food? Mary Jane, right? Nope, she didn't. She wants water. I don't have water. Neither one of you can have water, because I don't have water to give you. No, you're not getting soup. Military is transmitting again. They said the first step to locate any remaining survivors, a plane will be doing a sweep over a neighborhood this evening. We're supposed to be out in the open signaling with a flashlight. I still don't fucking have one of those. Well, somebody's back. Or here for the first time. The signal has to wait. Besides, yeah, I already read that part before. Mary Jane's hungry. We really need to get her water. Can't. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. Cool, Dolores and Mary Jane are gonna die today. Awesome. I'll give you food. It's not gonna do anything for you. A scientist, at least supposedly, arrived on our doorstep yelling, "Dr. Shakrov, are you in there?" He was looking for his lost cat, but kept referring to the pet as his favorite assistant. His research apparently can't go on without the cooperation of Dr. Shakrov. Since the cat doesn't seem keen on moving out of our bunker anytime soon, the doc wants us to compensate him by helping him with his project. In these circumstances, it might not be the worst idea to befriend other wastelanders, even the batshit crazy ones. But did I just not get a choice in the matter? Oh, I figured you two would be dead. Mary Jane keeps fainting. We really need to find her something to drink fast. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Dolores will not survive without water any longer. You told me that yesterday. And she's still alive. Play a game, they said. It'll be fun, they said. They never mentioned it would be hard picking one. Please tell me you brought back... Well, shit. Guess it doesn't matter. You did bring back water, but it did not matter. If we only had a few drops of water, we could have avoided what happened. Dolores died of dehydration last night. When Mary Jane found out she is not getting a single drop of water, she got furious. She stormed down into the wasteland, shouting over her shoulder that we'll regret this, and that she's getting her water one way or another. We are seriously terrified right now. We thought playing the silent game would be a good idea. The silence was too annoying and we quickly stopped. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Let's just hope this doesn't happen again. Only a handful of buildings in our town survived the blast wave. One of them was the local bus station. It used to be the central hub for bums and vagabonds in the area, but now it just stands there empty. We decided it's worth checking out, hoping someone left a few soup cans behind. Our local athletics team was preparing to depart for a championship taking place somewhere in the boondocks. Their bus was full of refreshing water and spare shoes. Unfortunately, none of them were a match for us, so we just took the water bottles. Damn it, our gas mask was How? Timmy is very hungry. Timmy is in terrible shape. We need to give him water. Now, Ted is hungry. Ted has gone crazy. Ted is really tired. Okay, food for you. Water and food for you. The state of the wasteland remains unknown to us. Maybe we should risk it and go out. After all, you only live once. There's no way we can send Ted out there in his current state. Timmy is good in health and full optimism. Alright, I mean, fuck it. When we opened the bunker door this morning, we let in some fresh radioactive air. We discovered a small suitcase on our doorstep. There was a note on it, and the neighborhood seemed empty. Should we look inside? Yep, there's no note on it. Worst that could happen, it's a bomb. Or disease. Inside the suitcase, we found some soup, but yuck, it expired a long time ago. We're not feeling very well. Some of us spend the whole morning using the bucket in the corner. We're not accepting anonymous gifts ever again. Timmy seems okay, as much as he can be in our current situation. Ted is hungry. Ted became infected with something. Do I have meds? I guess I don't have a first aid kit. You just said Ted was hungry though, right? Yeah. I can give you food. About time we choose someone to scavenge. Well, Timmy's the only person that we have to do that. Oh, somebody's here. Timmy went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Ted is hungry and Ted is really thirsty. cat disappeared for a short while and came back with a note on its collar. It's signed by the scientist. He says he's being followed by a couple of weird men in hats and sunglasses, making him temporarily go into hiding. His note mentions the construction of some sort of transportation contraption. Few details were provided, but apparently it can get us out of this hellhole. It still needs to be stocked with supplies, which is where we come in. He wants us to stockpile several cans of soup. The doc will come pick them up soon. I mean, if we have it, we really don't have much else to risk here. Ted's stomach is rumbling. I've given you food for the last 2 days. When we heard a knock on the door this morning, we held our breath in fear. But we soon heard children's voices coming from outside. We decided to open up. It turned out the voices belonged to a pair of Girl Scouts. They used to sell cookies, but they're branching out now, and they've offered items too. Smart girls. They offer a flashlight for meds. They offer a briefcase for Radroach. Well, okay, I don't have the meds. I want the fucking flashlight. But I can't do that, so I'll give you that because the cat takes care of the cockroaches. I did not think we would survive this long. Like, this has already gone on for like an extra 16 minutes than I thought it would. But, I mean, at this point, we're just going to keep going until we're all dead or we survive. The girls were very kind, and their prices were more than fair, so we gladly accepted their offer. How very clever of them to keep their business alive even after the apocalypse. We're impressed. Well, you guys didn't say that you needed anything. We always thought life could be so much better. That was before we got nuked. Now we think life could be much better. In a way, not that much has changed. Last Man Standing achievement, 40 days. What we make of today will be our tomorrow. So let's make it right. Ted needs water to survive. Doc came knocking on our door to collect the supplies that he requested. They're important for the project, he said. We can trust him. After all, he's a doctor. Well, apparently I don't have enough soup to offer. Seriously? Somebody else is coming? This guy's a bit too nutty, even by our standards. We'll hold on to our supplies for now. We can always change our minds later. Ted keeps behaving really oddly. Seems he's busy fighting his inner demons most of the time. Wasteland is full of surprises, like this man on the other side of the door, knocking and claiming that he is willing to offer a lot for decent ammunition. Shall we trade? Yeah. We have ammunition, but we don't have a fucking gun, so... Yay! Water! And Timmy's back, I guess. Our visitor was happy to get us some ammunition. In return, he offered us rations. It wasn't much, but something is always better than nothing. He said he would give us a lot. He gave us one fucking can of soup. We were so afraid for Timmy, but he came back from the wasteland and is safe now. It might sound paranoid, but we think someone followed us. Going to the supermarket is not as easy as it used to be, now that raiders have taken over the place and are running plunder operations in the area is more difficult than ever. We sensed the numbers left on the guard duty were limited. It seemed possible to sneak around them and retrieve some of their loot. It was worth a shot. Sneaking through the store's shelves provided us with a few soup cans. The way was clear to the staff room. Inside we found nothing but a water cooler. Free water for employees. Wow, that must have been a dream job. Dude, way to fucking go, Timmy! You brought us 6 water bottles, 4 soups, and a fucking gun. Dude, congratulations, man. The bandits kept some of their guns in the staff room. That's a good thing about that. None of the raiders were near it, but we were. And you found a flashlight? And, dude, way to fucking go, Timmy! Flashlight lying on the ground is an easy way to get your neck broken. We learned this the hard way. It's amazing that no one heard all the noise. Got a flashlight. We were in a rush because the raiders could come back any minute. We grabbed a few things at random. One of them turned out to be a bug-killing spray. Timmy's diet needs food. It's today or never. Dude, you're getting food. No new problems are troubling Ted this fine morning. If you needed food and water, I'd give it both to you. No one's fucking going outside. No one can go outside anyway. The military is transmitting again. Yes. We have the flashlight now, thanks to Timmy. Everything was going as planned, but the flashlight stopped working. What the fuck? We were lucky to get it fixed just in time to hear the distant roar of the plane's engine. Pretty sure the pilot saw us. Let's see if they get back to us. Timmy is very hungry. Ted is really thirsty. Ted, water for you. Timmy, food for you. Nope, I would not be sending anybody out right now anyway. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's a smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Yes. You're getting worse. Cool. We approached the hole cautiously and peeked inside. What happened next nearly gave us a heart attack. Some crazed rodent, reptile, or whatever this crazy mad creature was, leapt out and started jumping all over the damn shelter. It was everywhere. Couldn't catch it. Before we could do anything, it pushed our radio off the table and went back in the hole it crawled from. We never saw it again. Fucking great. The one thing we needed. Timmy is very hungry. We can't leave Timmy without water for too long. Ted is rested. We really fucking needed that radio. Like, real bad. So, fuck it. Let's send Ted out. That crazy scientist visit us again. Alright, there's the suit, buddy. Well, so we'll play all the angles. The post-apocalyptic world is full of craziness, but maybe the scientist is really onto something. If he is, we want to be the first to know, so we shared our supplies. We expect him to come back with more surprises soon, -4 soup. Every day, Ted is becoming more and more absent-minded. Since early this morning, he has completely committed to reading a newspaper, or rather something that he seemed to think was a newspaper, our toilet tissue. He seemed very interested in it, so we didn't want to drag him away from his reading. He had to answer a call of nature, but when he accidentally reached for our map, it suffices to say it's unusable now. Absolutely unusable. However, Ted didn't seem to be very bothered by it, and when we tried to make him realize what he'd done and take back the toilet paper, he just muttered that he might lend it to us when he's finished. Cool. Tim should eat something. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted seems to be losing it. Either we do something, or this bunker will drive him completely insane. Well, Ted's going outside, so that should do it. What the fuck was I doing? Timmy should eat something. Alright, so they both need to eat. I don't think they said that he needed water. Okay, that's fine. And Ted, you get to go out, buddy, and hopefully find us a fucking radio and a map since you destroyed them both, and we need both. And you just stay here with the cat and your dead mom? Timmy seems okay. As much as he can be in our current situation, Ted left for the surface. These are dire circumstances we found ourselves in. Supplies are running low, and if we don't take care of ourselves, nobody else will. We know for a fact that one of our neighbors had a shelter with a broken trap door, and there might be some supplies inside. Of course, there's a chance the neighbor and her kids managed to get there in time, but we could really use whatever they have, and we're stronger. Should we pay them a visit? We don't really need the supplies at the moment. But there's a good chance that they didn't make it, so sure. Oh shit. Okay, well, no, you didn't die. I heard a gunshot, though. We went, got what we needed, and came back. We're sure the group will do just fine. Most probably. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we got a map, so now we just need Ted to bring us back the radio. Timmy doesn't need much, but he should drink. Yeah, you should drink, Timmy. The good old scotch. Get some whiskey in you. You would expect the post-apocalypse to be a time of peace and quiet, since you know, most of the people aren't around anymore. Yet, here we have someone at the door. When we opened it up, we encountered a strange-looking man in a blue jumpsuit who asked us to trade him a water chip. A water chip? What in the hell is that? Yeah, I mean, we can spare some water. Did we get anything in return? Hey, we got a gun. Oh, we got a gas mask. Apparently we had the gun. We explained politely that we didn't have a water chip, but we were happy to share some water with him. The man was visibly disappointed, but thanked us for the water and even let us have his gas mask. Odd. No news is good news. There's nothing going on with Timmy. Timmy didn't say a word about it, but when he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or something, other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty, and we need to do something about it. Well, here's the thing, Timmy. I don't have anything to fucking take care of that. Somebody else? Oh, great, now you're sick. Best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. That's what our grandma always said. Of course, she's dead now, and has been for a while, ever since she got that nasty frog bite at the fine age of 25. Timmy fell sick. Well, I don't have medicine to give you, Timmy. A traveling salesman paid us a visit today. He introduced himself as Willie. Apparently, business can do well even after the end of the world. He offers 1 soup in exchange for playing cards. He offers 1 water in exchange for chess board. He offers 2 soup in exchange for a gas mask. He offers 4 water in exchange for 1 gun. How about go fuck yourself? I don't want any of your deals. This is gonna be a long episode. That salesman was very friendly, but he didn't have anything that was any of interest to us. Some water for Timmy would be nice. Oh, some water for Timmy. Oh dear, we just remembered we planned on taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we are going, right? We're pretty sure they don't bomb warm places. Day 51. Man, you look great, man. You look like a really sick Ronald McDonald. We can make it work even in Toronto. Question is, how do we find a boat to get there? We're heard that's the best way to get to Europe. Timmy should eat something. I don't think you guys know geography very well. Here's some soup, Timmy. That scientist gonna fucking come back? Today we've met a bunch of people dressed in what look like Halloween doctor outfits. They claim to be a field hospital moving from place to place and attempting to help those hurt by hazards of the wasteland. The problem is some of their supplies got eaten by something that looked like a Sasquatch. They're asking us if we have any spare hydrogen peroxide. We don't. We have water. The end. Cool. Guessing Ted didn't make it. A bottle of relatively clean water is the closest we will ever get to hydrogen peroxide. The guests were grateful anyway. Ted has been outside for far too long and still has not returned. We fear he isn't coming back. We didn't make it. These are our final words, and our advice to anyone who reads this is obscured writing. Survived for 52 days. I mean, that's a pretty good fucking first run, I think. And we only died because Ted didn't come back. We got real close to being saved several times, actually. Successful expeditions, 8 out of 9. Items brought from expeditions, 27. No decisions, 5. Yes decisions, 7. And We didn't even consume 12 bottles of water or 15 things of soup in 52 days. It's pretty fucking good. We never had to defend our shelter. So, you know, all in all, not too bad. I like this game. I have a feeling that a lot of the events are gonna kind of get a little repetitive. So I don't know how many episodes of this game we will do, but that's gonna be all for this episode. So if you guys liked this episode, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content like this, please hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.